Before I buy any property, there is one number I always calculate first. It's not the purchase price, it's not the maximum loan, and it's not even the monthly installment. The number I check is this: at what price can I sell this property in the future, and who will buy it from me? Because in Singapore, you don't make money when you buy, you make money when you sell. But here is the important part: even if the future exit looks good, the property must still be comfortable for your family to hold. So today we are going to talk about both: your exit strategy and your holding power using MSR and TDSR. And if you like practical Singapore property content like this, to remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel reach more homeowners. Most buyers start by asking, how much loan can I get? The bank gives them a number based on TDSR. But TDSR is a regulatory limit. It tells you the maximum you're allowed to borrow, not what is comfortable for your lifestyle. So for HDB buyers, we also have MSR, which caps your mortgage at 30% of your income. So these two numbers, right, MSR and TDSR, tells you your technical affordability. But your real affordability, right, really depends on your family's expenses, your savings goals, and your risk tolerance. That is why two families earning the same amount of income, right, will not buy the same property. One family may have childcare, may have car installment and parents' allowance. Another family may have no kids and no car. Same income, but completely different comfort level. So when I plan for my clients, we look at the three layers. Firstly, layer 1 is MSR and TDSR, of course. This tells us the maximum loan and the regulatory limits. Layer 2 is your comfortable monthly commitment. And this is the amount you can pay while still saving money and maintaining your lifestyle. And for layer 3, right, importantly is the exit strategy. Who will buy from you, why they want to buy from you, and at what price will they be willing to pay for it. Only when all these three layers align do we proceed. Let's talk about the exit strategy first. So every property you buy today, right, must have a very clear future buyers pool. So in Singapore, right, the strongest buyers pool usually comes from the HDB upgraders and the young families. So if you buy a property that fits their budget, is near MRT, near schools, with a functional layout, you will always have demand when you sell. But if you buy something that future buyers find challenging to enter based on quantum itself, or in a location with limited demand, your future buyer pool also becomes very small. So when the buyer's pool is small, your exit price becomes harder to push. So before I buy, right, I always ask, like, does this unit sit within the affordability range of the next group of buyers? If most upgraders in that area, right, can afford between, say, a 1.8 million to a 2.5 million property, right, buying at 3.5 million at that point, right, may limit your exit. So your profits, right, comes from the gap between your entry price and what the next buyer can afford. Now let's connect this back to MSR and TDSR. So just because TDSR, right, allows you to buy a $1.8 million property does not mean this might be the right choice for you. If your monthly installment stretches your cash flow, you might not be able to hold the property long enough for the property to grow. And in property, right, holding power is everything. So you only benefit from capital appreciation if you can hold through market cycles. So for my clients, right, we usually discuss the plans if this is more of an investment home or for own stay initially. So with the element in mind, right, their loan quantum, affordability, their financing and monthly commitments, we also plan and buffer for an exit strategy. Some may also say it's for long-term stay, but frankly, plans do change. So planning an exit strategy, right, and a comfortable holding power helps to make the purchase a smooth one. So we must also buy into something that fits within MSR or TDSR, is comfortable for your monthly cash flow, and also has a strong future buyers pool. When these three align, your risk is much lower. Let me give you a practical example. Like a couple earning $16,000 combined, right, may have an approved loan of about 1.85 million under TDSR. But after we calculate their real monthly expenses and savings and also their goals, their comfortable installment supports only about 1.6 mil loan. So if they stretch to the maximum, they may feel very stressed every month and have no buffer. But if you buy within your comfortable range, they can actually hold the property longer, and when they sell, they benefit from appreciation. Then at the same time, right, we can choose a property that sits within the sweet spot of upgrader demand, so their future exit is very clear. That is why, right, we combine financial safety with growth potential. So sometimes I see buyers choosing a unit based purely on emotions. They like the view, the renovation, or the show flat design. But in the future, generally buyers do not pay for a particular renovation taste. They generally pay for location, the layout, and the affordability. So if your unit has no clear advantage over other options in a safe price range, you will have to compete on price when you sell. And that reduces your profits. If you are finding this useful so far, to give this video a like because it helps more home buyers learn how to plan their property journey properly. So here is a framework I use. So before buying a property, right, you can ask these questions. Number 1, Does this purchase fit comfortably within my MSR or TDSR and my real monthly cash flow? Number 2, who will be my future buyer? Will it be an upgrader, a young family, or a right sizer? And number 3, where will they choose my unit amongst other options that is available in the market? And number 4, at what price will they be able to afford my unit when I sell? And lastly, does my entry actually gives room for growth while remaining within the next buyer's affordability? So if you can answer all 5 questions clearly, right, you are not just buying a home, you are buying an asset, right, with a planned exit and a very safe holding strategy. So for my clients, we always map this out before we start viewing properties. Firstly, we have to calculate their loan eligibility using MSR and TDSR. We determine their comfortable monthly commitment, and we analyze which projects have the strongest future demand. And then this way, right, they do not overpay, they do not overstretch, and they position themselves for their next upgrade. So the one number I check before buying is not the maximum loan, it is the future exit price supported by real demand combined with whether the monthly holding cost is comfortable under the loan eligibility. And because property is not just about entering, it is about entering safely and exiting profitably. So if you are planning to upgrade from your HDB or private or even to a landed and you want to know what is your safe purchase price, your loan eligibility, and which projects have the best future buyer pool, I can run through the full analysis with you based on your income, your CPF, and also your timeline. Just reach out to me for a personalized property strategy session. And if this video helped you, don't remember to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who is thinking of buying their first property. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.